What's up, everyone? Saintsfan back again with another GTA Online GTA 5 Q&A. I'll be answering some questions from Twitter as always. Getting right in, we have Dr. Gamer. When will Rockstar release the other liveries? Now, at first, I was like, what other liveries when I saw this question? Like, we already got the Christmas or the festive liveries. Like, what is he talking about? But I actually went back and I found this video from Foxy Snaps showcasing some of the liveries that are in the game files. And you can see these are all free, but these are liveries we don't have in the game, I don't believe, unless I'm just completely missing something. These haven't been added yet. And there's some really cool ones. Like there's this one Knuckle Duster one, which has some like Rockstar logo stuff in it, which is kind of cool. There's another one that has like some CD or some like retro music stuff on it. There's one with skulls. There's one with a bunch of rock stars, which is kind of cool. So yeah, when are we going to be getting those? That's the question. Well, once I found that, I was like, all right, well, we have 2 weeks left of the drip feeding cars. Well, maybe if Rockstar's still working on their DLC, what if after they release these next 2 cars, they still don't have like the DLC done or whatever, they're still testing it. So instead of the following week, like we've come to expect over the last 3 DLCs, them releasing a trailer, they could end up releasing like some, or they could end up doing some event week where they add some new liveries or add these new liveries to the game. So that could be what ends up happening, or they could just end up throwing those liveries in with either of the 2 cars over the next 2 weeks. Or I guess they could just say, screw it, we're not ever adding those liveries to the game. But it is interesting that they are free, so I would imagine that has to mean that they are a part or they are in some way related to some sort of event that Rockstar planned or plan on doing. But yeah, I definitely want to see more of those liveries. I'm wondering if they're just for the jetpack or if they are for the other vehicles that have liveries as well, because I would like to kit out my Conjali tank in one of those Rockstar liveries. Those look kind of cool. Then we have Luca. Would you still recommend the Vigilante and the Oppressor? Even though Rockstar nerfed it, it doesn't break when the wings are out. And which one would you recommend over the others? So yeah, I know I've answered this question in the past, but yeah, they have nerfed the Oppressor since I've answered that question. And if you haven't flown the Oppressor, it kind of sucks now in that when you're flying around with the wings out, you can't hit the left trigger to stop. You either have to detract the wings or you have to use the right bumper or the handbrake to stop, and it really does suck. It's very annoying. I've crashed a number of times because of this. Now, is it still worth it? I would say yes, just because it's a bike that you can call instantly that can fly. I mean, that alone makes it amazing. But that is definitely something that I don't know why Rockstar did it. I mean, I guess to nerf it, but the missiles are still OP. Like, everything's still good about it. It's just that when you try and land on a road, sometimes you'll end up hitting a car or a tree or a building because you can't stop. Now, as for the Vigilante, nothing's changed on it. It's still amazing. I don't use it as often, but or I guess because it can blow up in one, little explosion. However, it's just, I still have a lot of fun with it. The few times I do take it out every now and then, just plowing through everyone. Using the rockets, like if someone's coming after me, they're not killing me because odds are I will get the rocket off first and they will be dead. So the Vigilante, 100%, it's worth it. The Oppressor actually, the more I think about it, if you don't have the missiles unlocked and if you don't want to do the research, it may not be worth it. I mean, I guess it still can fly around and you can still call it without the missiles, but it's severely limited in that aspect. So maybe, yeah, you don't want to use the Oppressor. Maybe you want to just, stick old school with some of the cars, right? I mean, we have the Deluxo that flies around. You have the Vigilante. And there's some other really good cars in the game. One of the most underrated ones, honestly, is the Stromberg. I don't know if you guys have purchased it or have used it a lot, but it's pretty good. It can withstand a couple of rockets. And the fact that it goes in the water is just amazing. Like, no other car does that. So that's an underrated car, I feel like. Tom, with the next one, what are your thoughts on having an option to buy a petrol engine on all electric cars? Because there are electric cars I want to buy due to their looks, but the lack of engine noise puts me off. So I'm going to sort of broaden this topic and answer the question, should there be more customization for specific, or just for cars in general? I would love that. I would love if you could customize the engine to your liking. I would love if somehow there was no classes, say, and you just upgraded your engine. Like, you could have a crappy looking car, but if you paid a lot of money for the engine, it could compete with supercars, you know? I would love that. But the problem, and the reason that's never going to happen, is because GTA Online is more, or is appealing to casual people and people who don't just want to, they don't want to dig in and get into all that stuff. They just want to upgrade the engine and be done with it. They don't want to have to worry about all these parts and all this stuff. But it would be nice if you could take one of the electric cars and put a regular engine, or vice versa. Take one of the gas cars and put an electric engine in it, and it has different stats now. I would love to be able to do that. I would love to be able to take a body of a car and then customize it performance-wise to how I want it. But it's also not going to happen, because then people would just stick with like one car. You know, there's no incentive to buy other vehicles with other stats if you could do that all by yourself. So as much as I would like it, it's not really possible. Noah, do you think, this is a interesting question, do you think we're ever going to get a space DLC? You know, with all the interest around space stuff, right, with all the Tesla or not Tesla, but the SpaceX stuff, it wouldn't surprise me. And, you know, like, for the people out there that are like, oh, space DLC, you wanted a zombie DLC, alien DLC, now you want a space DLC? Look, it's a game, all right? And I feel like Rockstar could make something funny. And because there's already aliens in the game, like, that's canon, why can't we have a space DLC? I don't know where it would take place. I don't know what you would do. But, or maybe not a space DLC entirely, but if there was some Easter egg mission or something in one of the DLCs that you get abducted into space by aliens, and I don't know, like, I would kind of be down for that, because it's different. Like, what other game that's semi-realistic, like, what other game has a space DLC, you know? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section on that one. Then we have Stardust. When Rockstar released the Doomsday Heist, it destroyed every single theory as to what the next DLC would be. So my question is, why continue to speculate if Rockstar has proven time and time again to be unpredictable? And you know what? This is a valid question, and I'll answer it, because I like to be real with you guys. As you all know, I post daily GTA 5 content, and some days there's not something new, or there's not something I have planned to post. And that's where speculation and sort of theory stuff comes into play. And I understand not everyone likes that. But what I don't understand is when I do something speculation related and then people hate on it. If you don't want to watch it, don't click on the video. You know, that's the part that I just don't get. But I like speculating. I mean, if you like a game, if you like something, why not talk about the what ifs? You know? I'm going to relate it to football, for instance, because I love football. Sometimes, you know, me and my friends will have some conversations like, yo, what if this dude went there? Or what if this happened here? It's speculation, but it's fun. And that's the whole, like, going back to football, the whole draft, the NFL draft, for the last month and for the next 2 months or 3 months, there's all kinds of speculation on where players are going to go. People like that. I like that. So that's why I do it for games. Now, as for, you know, your point here being Rockstar being unpredictable, that's totally true. But it's also not true in the fact that they have teased or hinted or left stuff in the game files that has hinted towards future DLCs. They've done that a number of times. So if there is some little thing in the game files, or if there is some rumor or leak out there from reputable people, of course I'm going to make videos. Of course I'm going to let you guys know about it, because it's happened before, so it could happen again with that specific topic or you know, type of discussion. But yeah, that's sort of my thoughts on it. I hope you guys sort of understand where I'm coming from, but that is why I like to speculate, and I will continue to speculate on stuff relating to Rockstar games. Speaking of Rockstar games, this is going to be, we have 2 questions of the day. One's a real question of the day, one's an interesting question of the day. So this one from Dissonant Sub LT. What activity from GTA Online would you like to see in Red Dead Redemption 2 online? I love this question. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think real quick. But what would I want from GTA Online to be in Red Dead 2? You know, if they do them right, I would actually like free mode events to be in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm actually pretty sure they are going to be in that game, but I want them to be better than what they were in GTA Online. The ones in GTA Online, even when they first came out, they weren't anything special. They weren't anything great, but I think they could be really fantastic in Red Dead 2. I mean, you could have all kinds of creative things just in that world. So that's the one activity that I would like to see in Red Dead 2. But let me know in the comments what you would like to see. And then the joke question of the day. Look, Jack here brings up a good point. All right? If a Minecraft world is infinite, then how does the sun go all the way around? I would like to see some discussion on that topic in the comment section below. But anyway, that is it with this episode. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.